Hello. So there's two specific things that I want to talk about today. The first is you're a person of influence. Side note. Okay, complete side note. I really believe there are two different people in this world. There are those who go to Barnes & Noble, look at a book, love it, and buy it, but never read it. And you have the others who go to Barnes & Noble and love a book, buy it, and read it. Well, I'm this person. I get all pumped up about a book and its title, and I swear to myself I'm going to read it, and I never really do. And my husband knows that, but I guess I haven't learned, because every time I go to Barnes & Noble, I see a book like this one by Maxwell. I get all pumped up because there are 3 books in one, and they all have to do with leadership. So I'm like, babe, I'm going to read this book. Not only am I going to read one book, I'm going to read all 3 books. He looks at me every time and says, he doesn't say, you're not going to read it, babe, don't buy it. Even though low-key, I'm pretty sure that's what he's thinking. He says, babe, but why don't you read the book you bought last time instead of buying this one? And I give him puppy eyes and I say, babe, but I really, really want it. And then 2 years later, I still haven't read it. But he did. He started reading this book, or one of the books, and he told me, babe, I really think you'll like this book. And I'm like, babe, I know, I read the title. I know I'm going to like the book. He's like, no, really, you're really going to like it. I feel like you already do or believe in some of the concepts that Maxwell is talking about. What an honor to hear those words. So I started reading the book literally today. After 3 pages, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this. I have to talk about it. Still haven't finished the book, but I'm making a video of a book that I haven't fully read yet, but I will read it. But anyways, when I talk about this book, it's going to be great because it talks about leadership and influence. But before I even get into all of that, I have to read the book fully. And I want to talk about the 2 points that I mentioned 5 minutes ago. First point is, like I mentioned, you are a person of influence. And he talks about that. Everybody influences others. Like I said, whether you believe it or not, whether you know it or not. I have made so many, side note again, I've made so many videos I don't even know what I've said because I've messed up so many times that I'm like, did I say that this video or did I say it the 5 videos before this? So if I repeat myself, I am so sorry. Influencer. You're an influencer. And 2, the most important thing, and I'm about to get worked up because it's so good. 2, you are a person of purpose. You have a purpose. Purpose. You have a purpose in life. I'm sure you have asked yourself what your purpose is. I've asked myself what my purpose is. I'm sure your ancestors have asked. I'm sure that people after us will ask. And I don't have the answer to that. And I don't think there can be an answer to that. I don't think you can sum it up in like one sentence at 26 years old. I think that finding your purpose, it's something that is something that's constantly developing and changing, and you have to adapt to the season that you're in, because your purpose is going to look different than it looked maybe 5 years ago, and your purpose in 10 years from now might look different than it looks now. I'm not saying your core values are going to change, but I'm saying the way that you operate from those core values might change, and it might look differently. So one thing that I do in my life, or I try to do, or I'm learning to do, is to be extremely intentional and being self-aware and aware of my surroundings and the people that are around me in the season that I am in. Because I truly feel that they're an indicator of where or what I'm supposed to do. So one thing that I do to figure out what my purpose is in the season that I am now is, how are people responding to me? How are people, or what are they drawing out of me? What do they want to know more of? Or what are they asking help for? Or what are they complimenting me on? Or what do they want to hear more about? Or how are they asking me to guide them? People are going to pull something out of you, and I think that's an indicator of maybe what your purpose is in that season. For example, If somebody's constantly going to your office and telling you their life story without you even asking for it, maybe there's something about you that they trust. Maybe there's something about you that allows them to fully be authentic and real and vulnerable because they fully know that you are listening and you're trustworthy. You are creating a space for people to feel safe. You've cultivated an atmosphere where people can feel like they could come to you and vent, and that atmosphere is maybe allowing them to heal just by talking about their problems or venting about their problems. Look, notice that I said what I'm talking about has nothing to do with a title, with a position, how much money you make, what car you have, what house you have, what brand of clothes you wear. Because if your purpose revolves around things or materialistic things, then you're going to be miserable for the rest of your life. Because things are things. They have no value. And even though it's good to want to grow and be a boss lady and own things, it's not good to fully just believe that that is your your purpose is just to possess those things. Those things are just things. It's who you are inside. It's the product you have inside. That's your purpose, is figuring what that is. That's your passion. That's your driver. And it involves other people, not things. It involves helping others. It involves discomfort. It involves forcing yourself to heal. It involves you being intentional. It involves having conversations with others. It involves being raw and authentic with yourself so you can develop and you can discover what your purpose is. And it's something you have to work hard towards, and it's something that you have to run towards, and it's something that it's not easy to find, but it's worth fighting for and looking for and discovering. It brings meaning to life. So 1, you're an influencer. Yes, you. So this message applies to you. 2, you have a purpose. Yes, you again. You have a purpose, so discover it. So my advice to you, first, foremost, is to be self-reflective. What are people wanting or taking or drawing out of you? It is something naturally that you have that they want. And if it's something you naturally have or something you naturally do, then maybe that's just a little sign of maybe where you're supposed to go. Or maybe it's a sign of what you should do more of. If people are asking you questions and wanting you to teach them things, maybe there's something about you that you have a teacher-like quality, that you can explain things, simplify things, teach them things. Maybe you're a teacher. Maybe you're good at that. Maybe that's just naturally something you have. Just pay attention to those things. Pay attention to how people respond to you. Pay attention to them. And you might even discover that people may come to you for the wrong reasons. Maybe they come to you and gossip a lot. And if you're constantly having people gossip with you, maybe you're giving that out. Maybe you need to stop gossiping because you're influencing others to do the same. And you're saying that that's okay. Or if you're the person that people assume they could always invite and get hammered even though you're 30, 80 years old, maybe that's like you're not influencing that person to grow or to live a healthier life. Maybe you're not living out your purpose and your full potential. Anyways, I hope this made sense, and I hope it encouraged someone. And please listen to my next video, just because I think it's going to be so good and it applies to everybody, and I think you can apply it to your life, which pretty much summarizing this amazing thing here. So yeah, thank you. Bye.